You guys, what makes a good team-up scene? From Avengers to Ninja Turtles, Guardians to Mario Brothers, Spiderman to Powerpuff Girls, team-ups across the years never fail to awaken the nerd in all of us. But it's not enough to have our heroes line up for that one perfect frame to really stand the test of time. They have to go much deeper than that. So today, let's figure out together what makes these moments work. Part 1. Coming together. Superhero teams are like K-pop bands. Each individual member is like, who's that guy? I don't know that guy. But put them together, and damn, look at them go. There's just something magical that happens when you put these heroes together too. But grouping them wouldn't mean anything unless they had a reason to fight alongside each other. When we were kids, this reason was because they formed a rainbow. And when we watched these shows on Saturday mornings, we didn't really read too much into it. But as heroes evolved, so too did their motivations for working together. Now, we saw brothers standing up for each other, former assassins and tragic scientists developing deep relationships. Whoop, never mind. And multiversal Spider-Man bonding over their shared similarities. In No Way Home, every villain, every dramatic entrance would have been nothing but glorified cameos if they didn't include this scene, the glue that holds this entire movie together. It showed the importance of putting relationships before expensive CGI fights. And yet, epic battles wouldn't be nearly as meaningful if we didn't first get Part 2, the training montage. A good training montage can do wonders for the hero's journey. It's a way to say we may have started off unsure of each other, at each other's throats because we come from different walks of life. But while we used to get in each other's way, now we're a well-oiled machine, ready to work together towards a common goal. It's at this part of the story we see our protagonists slowly master their abilities. They might start off unsure of themselves, stumbling, falling, but pretty soon they become one with their powers, acquiring all the necessary upgrades for the fight ahead. Yo, put that away, Baymax, there's kids watching. It's not always easy though. Sometimes the team requires a push from a mentor figure. For the Avengers, it was Nick Fury, rallying the team to get past their differences. For the Mystery Men, it was the Sphinx, showing the team how to solve problems in new ways. For the Ninja Turtles, it was Splinter, teaching his boys self-defense and bestowing upon them their iconic weapons. Indeed. You can't have a great team-up without a proper training montage. And say what you want about the Marvels, how it looked like a school play, how the props looked unfinished, how holograms weren't even facing the characters, how they didn't have the budget to do transformation scenes, how no one's hair was moving at all in displays of immense power, how Fury and Kamala's family survived crash landing from space? You want me to keep going? I can keep going. But the one thing this movie did right was showing our three heroes practice their body switching abilities. It was creative, lighthearted, and set the stage for the fight to come. And what better way to hype the audience up for that fight than to include a few shots of our heroes getting ready. Seeing them suit up or gather their weapons is like the cherry on top of the ice cream. And for the chocolate syrup, you can't go wrong with Part 3, the hero shot. Nothing, and I mean nothing, beats a good hero shot. After like an hour and a half of exposition. Yo, what is bro yapping about? To get that one moment where everything crescendos, where our team up is complete at last, makes it all worth it. And there's different types too. From the now legendary spinning shot from the first Avengers, having the camera travel around our heroes gives everyone their moment to shine and ends on the team as a whole, sending a message that they're not to be messed with. Another variation of this is the iconic slow motion walk. And while they've been done to death in cinema throughout the years, putting one in a superhero movie is a whole other story. Through lightning smoke or rainy mist, in front of some huge explosion or some flaming wreckage, showing our group of heroes from every possible angle. From the side, from the front, wide front, close-ups, from the back. Alright James Gunn, we get it. Love ya, but we get it. The slow motion walk is always a feast for the eyes and ears, because pair the visuals up with the perfect song, and the moment transcends time and space. I don't even have to play it. You could hear it in your head, can't you? Oh, yeah. Sometimes these slow motion walks might go on for just a little too long, but it doesn't mean we're not all squealing like little piggies in the theater. Now that's not to say that slow motion is absolutely essential. A regular speed walk can be quite effective too. In Endgame, as the camera trails behind Cap, Thor, and Iron Man, building the tension to a breaking point, we reflect on how far these three have come, the ways that they've linked up attacks, and helped each other through good times and bad. All of which sets the stage for the brawl that's about to happen. Another way to do this is to have our heroes go from a brisk walk to a full-on sprint. A way to let the audience know it's not playtime anymore. We gotta wrap this up. And it's surprisingly been done in everything from fantasy blockbusters to Disney movies, right down to CW shows. But what happens when the team just wants to chill for a bit? Well, I call that the standing shot. But even as our heroes stand perfectly still, you can feel the atmosphere dripping with anticipation. And the bigger the team, the more we gotta move the camera off to the side in order to fit all our heroes. Yes, standing next to each other as some triumphant orchestra plays in the background is the perfect way to say we've defeated CGI Monster and got rid of CGI Nutsack. But no matter the speed of the shot or the angle of the camera, the end result of seeing our team up in all its glory is absolutely priceless. So now, it's finally time for some good old-fashioned Part 4, Teamwork. Now, it might seem a bit redundant to say you need teamwork in a team-up scene, but you'd be surprised to find out how hard it is to truly achieve it. First, everyone needs to get on the same page, not get in each other's way or slow each other down. But when that's all finally figured out, it can be mesmerizing watching everyone work together. And same with the hero shot, there's many variations of the idea. The first is what I like to call the boost. Usually it's a character who can fly, helping another who can't, but doesn't always have to be.
Trampoline me! Better up!
Sometimes it's to save each other, and other times it's to save the girl. But it's always done with a shared goal in mind, and that brings me to the second variation of teamwork, which I call passing the MacGuffin. In order to defeat the world-ending threat, our heroes need to pass around the thing that does the thing. For Paw Patrol, it's a tiny crystal that gives each of them superpowers. For Mutant Mayhem, it's a mutagen canister needed to stop Superfly. For No Way Home, it's the cure that'll turn all the villains back to normal. Having our heroes pass around a MacGuffin like a hot potato can be exhilarating to watch, and further builds teamwork. For the third variation, it's when heroes help each other in these tiny moments I like to call the assist. Of course, movies don't need to show these. A team-up can go on perfectly fine without them, instead focusing on money shots of singular characters and letting them do their own thing. But it adds so much depth when we see one character help another. Whether it's passing a lightsaber, or a spear, setting up a tornado kick, retrieving a shield, charging up a shot, sending back a sword, overloading a time ripper, getting in some 360 shots, or even just getting across the room. All these moments build upon their relationships, their understanding of each other, and deep down, it just makes us all feel warm and fuzzy inside, knowing that the team has each other's backs. Now the last variation is the most important. It's when our team reaches its full potential, when it beats the crap out of the bad guy in what I call the dog pile. It can be as simple as getting a few kicks in, or chaining up hits, and in rare cases, the Mega Punch. There's perhaps nothing more satisfying than seeing two or more people beating the crap out of one person. It's always a good call to tag team it, yet sometimes the smartest move is to let the bad guys do all the work. Oh, I felt that. We've seen all sorts of teamwork over the years, but there's no better showcase of it than when we see our heroes linking up their unique skill sets. Honey Lemon throwing up her chem balls for Freddy to create a smokescreen, Hulk ripping off a piece of metal for Thor to hammer in, the Thing pulling Reed off Doom so Johnny can create a fire tornado that Sue contains with her force fields. Whew. I gotta get a life. Much like hitting the right spot with a Q-tip, teaming up to decimate the villain can be utterly mind-blowing to watch. So at the end of this video, I hope you've gotten a better sense of what goes into a great team-up scene. With a reason to fight, a good training montage, an epic hero shot, and concrete examples of teamwork and disarming the villain, you've got everything you need for the perfect team-up. Anyway, thank you for listening to me ramble. Hey, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.